You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. CULIPS.com. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Jeremy.
And you're listening to Culips. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of our Catchword series, the Culips series, where we teach you very useful idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs, and interesting English vocabulary. Today, I'm joined by Jeremy. Jeremy, hello, sir. How are you?
Sir, I am very good today, sir. How about you?
This is one of the things that I say to my students all the time. I always call the male students sir. I don't know why. I never used the expression before in my life, and then suddenly I started teaching and all of my students became sir.
It's not a bad habit. I do call people sir sometimes, but with friends or people I'm close to, like yourself, we sometimes use it for fun. It's just a way to lighten the mood.
I think that's how I was using it just now, a little tongue-in-cheek, because, I don't think you're like a knight or somebody that I have to refer to as sir. You're a peer, but,
Yes.
But it's kind of a fun expression to pull out from time to time.
Tongue in cheek. I feel like you must have done an episode about that one as well.
Ooh, I can't recall off the top of my head, but yeah, it must be there. Tongue-in-cheek just means we're being a little sarcastic, right? We're not being serious, a little cheeky. In today's episode, everyone, we are going to teach you 2 English expressions that you can use to talk about past experiences that you've had that really didn't end up going too well. For whatever reason, it was not a positive experience or just an experience that didn't work out the way that you had initially thought that it may end up. But before we start teaching you these expressions, I do want to let you know that there is a study guide for this episode on the Culips website, and it's jam-packed with lots of good things that we've designed to help you get the most out of studying with this episode. So if you'd like to check that out, just visit our website, culips.com, to give it a download. All right, so Jeremy, the first expression here, it's hard to actually call this an expression. It's more like a set phrase. It's a chunk of English that's really common that you hear many people say in this situation.
It's a very useful phrase if you have tried something and it didn't work out.
So the expression here, it's a little long, guys, but bear with us. It is, I tried doing the whole something thing for a bit, but. Okay, I tried doing the whole something thing for a bit, but. And when I say something, we can insert any kind of experience into that slot.
I tried doing the whole freelancer thing for a bit, but.
I tried doing the whole salesman thing for a bit, but.
So it's a way of summarizing the entire experience of that thing into one word. So if we say the whole freelancer thing, for those who don't know, freelancer is someone who works on their own, someone who doesn't work for a company. Sometimes this can be difficult. So the whole freelancer thing, this means everything about the lifestyle of a freelancer. So finding your own clients, getting your own payments, paying your own taxes, all these little things that go with being a freelancer, they are summarized or encapsulated into one phrase here, saying the whole freelancer thing.
Yeah, when I hear somebody say this expression, I really get the sense that they threw themselves into their work completely. They really committed to the job and gave it an honest effort, but didn't really work out in the end. And another point that we should mention is I really think that we use this often to talk about career experience or job experience.
I think it's definitely an action. It has to be something you do or something that is related to a lifestyle. So careers affect your whole life, but I could say I tried doing the whole homeless thing for a while, right? Someone who tried living the life of a homeless person, tried living without a home.
You're absolutely right because, for example, there's some trendy diets, right?
Yeah.
Let's say a gluten-free diet. You could say, I tried doing the whole gluten-free thing for a bit, but didn't like it. Okay. So, yeah, you're totally right that it's not limited just to careers. It's any lifestyle choice that you make.
This is when we say tried doing. You can use this, the whole thing. You can use this form to encapsulate lots of things. The whole fighting thing in hockey just doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, exactly. When you're summarizing any aspect of life, the whole thing fits.
A large, complicated thing that would be difficult to explain in detail on the spot. So,
exactly. Well, why don't we jump into a couple of examples here and we can let our listeners know how English speakers use this set phrase in a real life situation.
All right, let's do it.
Are you still working at the Starbucks downtown?
No, not anymore. I tried doing the whole barista thing for a bit, but it just wasn't a good fit for me.
Oh, so are you looking for a job then?
No, I started a landscaping company with my brother. We're keeping really busy these days.
Oh, good for you. That's great. So in the example we just heard, two friends bumped into each other while they were out and about, and they were having a conversation about one of the friends' jobs. What does he do? What is he doing these days? And so one friend asked, are you still working at the Starbucks downtown? But this friend said, no, he wasn't. He tried it for a little while. He tried doing the whole barista thing for a bit, but it didn't work out. It wasn't a good fit for him. So instead, he started a landscaping company with his brother. So here he summarized his entire experience of saying that, he committed and he really gave making coffee an honest effort, but it wasn't a match for him. So he started doing a different job instead. Okay, we have one more example for you guys. So let's get to it right now.
Do you ever regret not going to college when you were younger?
No, not really. I tried the whole student thing for a bit, but realized I'd rather just work and earn money.
Well, it looks like that was a good choice in the end.
Yes, luckily everything turned out fine, and I have a solid career that I love. I wouldn't change it for anything.
In this example, a guy is saying that he does not regret not going to college. He says he tried the whole student thing for a bit, but it didn't work out for him. He chose to quit school and to start working instead. But now, looking back, he realizes it was a good choice because he enjoys the career that he has built for himself.
Exactly. So here we use this expression used to talk about student lifestyle, right? This guy threw himself into the student lifestyle. He gave being a college student an honest try, but it wasn't a good fit for him, so he decided to quit college, drop out, and just do a different thing instead. And retrospectively, now that he's looking back on this decision, he doesn't regret it at all. All right, we have a second expression for y'all today, and it is to give a shot, but. To give something a shot, but. Okay? Now, we use this expression to give something a shot very commonly in English, and we can use it to talk about any kind of experience, right? Could be a positive experience, could be a negative experience, but when we use the conjunction but at the end, then it really clearly communicates that the experience was negative. It didn't work out the way that we had planned initially, or that we had thought it would initially.
So let's illustrate that with an example.
All right, let's do it.
You went rock climbing last week, right? How did you like it?
Yeah, I gave it a shot, but I don't think it's for me. I just don't think I'll be able to get over my fear of heights.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah. Well, for now, I'm just going to stick with yoga for exercise. So, in this example, we heard two friends talking about exercising, and one of the friends said that he gave rock climbing a shot, but it just wasn't right for him. He said, I don't think it's for me. Okay. So here, he gave it a shot. He tried rock climbing, but he didn't like it. The experience didn't go the way that he planned. I'm sure before he tried rock climbing, he went in with a lot of expectations that this might be a perfect sport for him. But in the end, it didn't work out. So here we hear this expression, to give something a shot, to give rock climbing a shot, but didn't work out. Let's talk about this experience that just didn't go as planned. Jeremy, how about one final example for today?
Let's do it.
Now that Mark has been transferred to the European office, I'm hoping I can take over the assistant manager position.
That would be a great fit for you, I think.
Are you going to apply for it too?
I gave management a shot back at my last job.
Oh yeah, is that right?
Yeah, but I was extremely stressed and I just got burnt out. Since then, I realized that management is just not my thing. In this example, two coworkers are talking about a potential new job opening. They both could apply for the assistant manager position, but one of the two has already given it a shot, meaning he has tried it before, but he realized that it wasn't his thing, meaning it wasn't something he liked to do. So he is not going to apply for the new position.
He already has this experience of being a manager, right? He has this experience, but it didn't go well. He didn't like it, and so he's not going to apply for this other new assistant manager job that's opening up in that company.
For those who don't know this, Andrew currently lives in South Korea, and I have also lived in South Korea before, although I do not at the moment.
Sometimes when I visit back home in Canada, I meet other people that have also lived in Korea. This is very common for young, fresh graduates from university to come over to Asia, could be any Asian country, to teach English for a year or two, and then they go home. So these people, if you only stay for a year, you maybe didn't like the experience. Maybe it was too difficult for you. So you could say, for example, I gave the whole teaching English thing a shot, or I gave the whole living in Korea thing a shot, or I tried doing the whole English teacher thing for a bit, but it didn't work out, or I didn't like it, or it was too difficult.
So you can put a whole phrase in that blank here. I gave living in Korea and teaching English at a small school a shot, but So you can insert a very long phrase into this gap. This is important to know, I think.
Yeah, and Jeremy, I think I just mixed up the two expressions too, which shows us that you can combine these two, right?
They are very similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are very similar. Almost the same.
Almost the same, exactly. With the exception that you can use to give something a shot to also talk about positive experiences, right? I gave rock climbing a shot and I loved it. You could say that. So to give something a shot is very flexible in this regard. Just keep that in mind, everybody, and I think you'll be okay.
However, the first expression we talked about usually implies that a negative attitude, usually implies that it didn't work out. I tried the whole when you say that, the whole thing, it is usually used in a negative context, whereas to give a shot is both negative and positive. It can be either one.
Exactly. All right, Jeremy. Well, I think that about wraps it up for us today. I want to thank all of our listeners for studying with us, and we hope that you learned a lot here with us.
If you'd like to give studying with a QLIPS study guide a shot, you can go to qlips.com to find out how to download the study guide for this episode.
Yeah, there's even some free samples on our website. I think there's maybe 6 or 7 free study guides that you can check out. So if you don't have the experience of studying with our study guides and you would like to give it a shot, why don't you do it for free? Check it out. And if you think it's a good fit for you, then maybe you would want to become a premium member and get access to our entire study guide library. Guys, we're on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you like using social media and you want to stay up to date with all the news over here at QLIPS, please follow us on social media. Just search for the QLIPS English Podcast and you can find us. And finally, if you could do us a big favor, if you like QLIPS, if you enjoy studying with us and you want to help us out a bit, please leave us a 5-star review and maybe a nice comment where you get this podcast, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Castbox. Everybody's on different platforms these days, but essentially wherever you listen to your podcast, if you could leave us a nice review, that would be doing us a solid and we'd really appreciate that. We will be back soon with another QLIPS episode and we'll talk to you soon, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.